Hi again, welcome back. Attorney Steve Vondran here. Welcome to another exciting episode of Litigation Whiteboard. Okay, we are talking in this video about the very important SLAPP Back, Anti-SLAPP, all this stuff. So without further ado, let's head to the Attorney Steve Litigation Whiteboard. Okay, so I've got some information up here on the whiteboard for you. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about anti-SLAPP. This is a California law. So if you're in another state, check your own state statutes. You probably have something in there similar to this, maybe, maybe not. But California, a leader in protecting free speech rights, free rights of petition. And so here's what happens. Let's go through a common scenario here. So you post something up on Yelp, okay? So you're posting something up on Yelp. You're saying this business is the worst business I've ever dealt with. You know, they overcharged, they underworked, they told me I needed things repaired that I didn't need, and I hate them. I would never do business with them. So the company gets upset. They send you a cease and desist letter. Now, we should say SLAPP law depends on protected speech. You have to be engaged in free speech, free right of petition, such as I have circulating a petition like change.org. You see those petitions that roll around the internet. So say you're trying to change something, but maybe you're putting a company down in the process, you're pointing out something bad in the world. They get all upset and they send you a cease and desist letter saying immediately cease and desist, take down that post. And so what it does is it kind of chills your free speech rights when somebody does this, because now you get all nervous. You're like, oh my God, I was just telling my truthful experiences and now somebody wants to sue me. What do I do? Okay, well, that's a good time to go see a lawyer. But you have here, so you may get a cease and desist letter. You may not. They may go right to what we call a SLAPP lawsuit. SLAPP, S-L-A-P-P. So you got a SLAPP lawsuit, which is a strategic lawsuit against public participation, okay? So this is, you're trying to just exercise your free speech rights, guaranteed under the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of California, okay? So remember the First Amendment applicable to the states via the 14th Amendment for you bar takers out there. So you might get a cease and desist letter. This has the effect of chilling free speech. Well, the courts don't want to do that. We want to live in a free and open society. So when they file this lawsuit, essentially, as I put here, to silence their critics, they don't want to hear any bad news, to silence their critics. That's when you go to the litigator's toolbox, taught to you here by Attorney Steve, and you bring the anti-SLAPP. The anti-SLAPP. So you have the SLAPP lawsuit, boom. Now you're coming back with the anti-SLAPP, kicking them back on the other way, saying you're not going to stop me from exercising my protected free speech rights. And in fact, your complaint is meritless. There's no defamation when I'm speaking my opinion, okay? I'm allowed to give factual statements of what I feel factually happened as well as my opinion, okay? So you may bring your motion to strike. This is a motion to strike the SLAPP complaint, okay? So that's really what it is. You're bringing a motion. You have 60 days. I've got it right here. You've got 60 days after service of the summons and complaint to file that. And usually in general, if you're in state courts, you're going to have 30 days to respond. So you may want to respond in there and then file your anti-SLAPP. There's different strategies here. But so you're filing the anti-SLAPP. Now, what you're convincing the judge is, as the moving party, you're the moving party of this motion, okay? Motion to strike the complaint. You need to show that you had a protected activity, that you were engaged in free speech, free petition, okay? So that will probably be fairly simple to show. And then what happens is the burden's going to shift over to the plaintiff, the one that brought the lawsuit here, to show that they have a probability of success on the merits. So they need to be able to show the judge, I hear what you're saying, but this is a false statement of fact. This is defamation. We are likely to succeed on the merits. And if so, the anti-SLAPP loses. If the plaintiff cannot make that showing, the court can grant the motion. Grant the motion for the moving party, case dismissed, assuming you have no other causes of action, okay? There may be some causes of action that survive here. I don't know. But case would be dismissed. At that point, you have either party, I have down here, either party may file an immediate appeal up to the appellate court. I was in a case one time where I had won the anti-SLAPP motion. The other parties, we're gonna appeal. And I said, go ahead and appeal and double your losses. I'll get you again. So at any rate, you have immediate appeal. And then once the case is over, let's say you're successful on your SLAPP motion, you have what's called SLAPP Back. Now you're getting aggressive doing the slapping. Everybody's slapping each other. So this kind of cracks me up that the law is called that. But you have a SLAPP Back motion or lawsuit essentially, which is like a malicious prosecution case where you have to show no reasonable attorney would have brought this case. They had no good faith grounds. It was designed to harass and oppress. Now, the reason why you might want to do that, because if your motion is granted, you can get your attorney fees and your costs, but you can't get other damages. So if you have other damages, you can't get them through the SLAPP motion. You have to go file a separate lawsuit, like a malicious prosecution. Some people may say abuse of process, but you have to go file another complaint to try to get emotional distress damages, things like that, punitive damage for malicious prosecution. So that's a possibility with the SLAPP Back. So what else do we have? That's about it. You can find it under the California Civil Code of Procedure 425.16. And this is just a nice, basic, quick overview. This is not legal advice. It's general information. Little overview about slapping and slapping back. When you hear people talking about slap, anti-SLAPP, SLAPP back, this is what they're talking about, okay? So if you need help with the free speech issue, anti-SLAPP motions, defamation defense, those kinds of things, you know where to find us on the web at attorneysteve.com. That's attorneysteve.com, the first name in legal services. If you like this video, subscribe, post your comments below. Hit that like button. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Hit that like button. Give Attorney Steve a little love. Say you appreciate these videos, and I would really appreciate that. So there you go. General legal overview. The SLAPP law. Strategic lawsuit against public participation. Have a great day now.